Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Miracle Boy Boxing. I'm your host, Jose Cruz, and I'm here to talk to you about the fight that happened this past Saturday night between Rey Vargas and O Shauquie Foster. Um, it was not what I expected. I expected it. I saw it. I predicted a decision, but I did not predict it going Foster's way. I saw a competitive fight, but I saw it going Rey Vargas' way. I predicted Rey Vargas win the fight due to him being the better fighter coming in, the more experienced fighter. Uh, and the results showed differently. That Shauquie Foster proved and stamped his claim as a top legitimate threat at 130. Rey Vargas came up to 130 for this fight, and he came up short. He's got a title at 126, so I guess he'll go back down and defend it. While Shauquie Foster will, of course, stay at 130 and defend his newly won championship at 130 pound, the WBC 130 pound championship. Shauquie Foster, man, he outboxed and Rey Vargas throughout the whole fight, landed some crisp right hands, counter shots. He picked his shots. He moved. He fought a smart fight. He didn't get into exchanges. Any toe to toe. Shauquie Foster fought the way he fights, and that's box, move, box, sharp boxing, landing combos, landing that right hand, short and crisp, and buzzing Rey Vargas at times with that right hand, and he won the fight. I was surprised at the scorecards, the way they had it. I thought it was a unanimous decision win, and they had a unanimous decision, but the scorecards were looking close, and I was surprised they had it so close because I saw Foster winning majority of the rounds. Yeah, it was almost it was almost a landslide, a clean sweep kind of performance from Foster. But yeah, it was a big win, even though Rey Vargas coming up to 130 for this fight. He beat Rey Vargas, who's a big name on his record. Foster came in the fight with a 9-fight winning streak after getting beat twice. Foster by winning this fight have changed his life completely by becoming world champion. Now he's standing there getting ready for another for even more. Now he's ready to get more paydays, bigger paydays, and bigger fights. And yeah, when he's now the world champion. Those couple of losses were setbacks. He all he had was after those two losses, he kind of looking for the word. He kind of lost his focus in boxing. All he had prior to boxing was the streets, and he lost his mom, he lost his brother, and that took a toll on him mentally. And then as time passed, he got back mentally. He got back in the groove. He got refocused. He plugged himself back into knowing what he loves to do, which is boxing. And he went back in the gym and refocused. And 9 fights later, he won the world title. So now his life is completely changed. Bigger paydays on the way, bigger fights on the way. And as for Rey Vargas, I guess he'll go back down to 126 and defend his title there. And as he is a threat down there at 126, so tall, so lengthy, he can box, he can punch. Pretty good fighter. Shauquie Foster, pretty good fighter as well. And let's see what the future holds for both fighters, as I will assume that the future will be definitely bright for both fighters. One of the fights that happened on the undercard was the co-main between Mario Barrios and Alfredo Santiago. Mario Barrios tore the house down with his performance. He showed a good jab. Before getting offensive with any type of offense combinations, he used his jab first to set up those combinations. He busted up Santiago pretty good. Santiago was no match for Barrios. he is as game as they come, but he was no match for Barrios. Barrios was a little too much for him, and he showed it. Barrios was landing combinations to the head and body. The jab was there. Barrios was just on point, and Alfredo Santiago was just a level beneath Barrios on that night. Styles make fights. Many say that Santiago beat Broner. And, look what happened with him and Antoine Russell. Antoine Russell starched Alfredo Santiago in 6 rounds, busted him up. Barrios did the same thing, even though the fight went longer. But yeah. What the future holds for Alfredo Santiago, I don't know. At 33 years old, this is likely his last chance at the big stage. And on a big stage, I'll be very surprised if we see Alfredo Santiago on the Showtime televised card once again. But as for Mario Barrios, at 27 years old, the future is still open. Still, he's got a career still ahead of him. He's only 27 years old, and pretty sure he collected some good checks with the Tank and Thurman fights. But he's 27 years old, so he's still got a future ahead of him. Those 2 fights that he lost, Tank and Thurman, he gained a lot of experiences from them. Stepping in there with 2 of the best in boxing in their weight classes. Yeah, so Barrios, he's got another crack at a world title eventually in the future. Maybe a title eliminator in the next fight. I don't know. He's at 140. He's campaigning now at 147. So any welterweight, I guess. You got Virgil Ortiz out there. You got Stanionis. Those 2 guys are going to fight. I'm going to talk about that fight later on in another video, which is a flat out fight. But I'll get to that later in another video. At 147, we got Bud Crawford. We got Errol Spence. We got Jared Boots Ennis. I like to see that fight. That's a good fight for both guys, Boots and Barrios. That's a good fight. I can see Boots winning that fight, but it's a good fight. It's a good fight. Barrios is tough. He is as game as they come, and it's gonna be good. 1 second. There we go. So yeah, Barrios on to bigger and better things. Alfredo Santiago back to the drawing board at 33. Like I said, likely he'll be back on a big stage. Unlikely. He'll be back on the big stage like Showtime. Maybe, and if he is, I'll be surprised. Another fight that happened on that card will be the Peru against the heavyweight from Ukraine. I forgot his name, but it was a good fight. I saw Peru losing the fight. The scorecards had it close. Pretty strange ending to the fight. Peru landed a body shot, and I don't know the guy's name. Let's see. Peru, Cuban fighter. Of course, Peru is from Cuba. Let's see. So the guy's name from Ukraine. Let's see. I got him right here. Victor Reist. It's a hard name to pronounce, but he stopped him in the 8th round on a body shot. The thing is with that body shot, it was as Peru connected, he turned away like, okay, he didn't take a knee and reacted like, grimacing in pain. Nah. He turned away in a strange way. Like, he got hit with the body shot, but he didn't want any more. Like, he didn't even grimace. He didn't even complain or anything, or said ow or anything. He just turned away, like, and then Peru jumped on him and everything. And it was strange the way he just turned his back and just stood there, just like, people were saying crack ribs. I don't know, maybe. This is heavyweight boxing. Those 2 guys could punch. Those 2 guys had power coming into this fight, and Peru, very devastating body shots that he was landing throughout the fight. And that one got to him. It was a good fight, good competitive fight. But Peru got the body shot, a fight that I thought he was losing. He needed that body shot to land, and so it did, and it got him the victory. So congratulations to Peru on to better and bigger things. Victor, back to the drawing board, and hopefully he can recover from that body shot. Hopefully nothing severe happened, no cracked ribs, no nothing. But we'll see what happens. And yeah, what's your take on this video, guys? What's your take? What's your opinions and comments about the fights that happened on the Rey Vargas O Shauquie Foster card? Leave your comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, guys. Share the love on this page. Always a pleasure to talk to you guys about boxing. This is Miracle Boy Boxing. I'm your host, O.C. Cruz. And I'll see you guys next time on the next video. Peace.